You've made your way back. Count yourself as one of the lucky ones. This is Really Playing Games, The Fall of Plaguestone. I'm Graham and I play Thugren Bite the Dwarven Druid.
And I'm Sarah. I play Lyra Lazarine, the half-elf ranger.
And I'm Brian, and I play Lina Bellis, the halfling barbarian.
I'm Garrett. I play Ruckus, the goblin bard.
I'm Ross. I play Aviana, the human wizard.
And I'm also Ross. I play Arter, the human champion.
And I'm Patrick. I am the GM. I play, among many other people, our good friend Bort, who is unfortunately currently deceased.
Wait a minute, when you say it like that.
awaiting resurrection as the final villain, perhaps.
Oh man.
We will have to find out.
What a twist.
So you all are currently trying to figure out who murdered Bort. You're pretty sure he was murdered. Last time you began at the end of sort of a memorial service for Bort with the rest of his caravan. That ended like early in the morning as the sun was coming up. So you went to sleep, woke up in the afternoon. You went on a nice little walkabout with Mayor Targan Fulst at the request of his daughter Delma, who is also the proprietor of the feed mill. Targan told you a decent bit about the history of Etron's Folly, including the fact that he founded the feed mill. So he is presumably the owner, if a little old to be running it, now in his 80s. You declined to go with him to the shrine because there are some large bugs there. I think Thugren was interested by the fact that at some point in the past, presumably, it had been used by druids or something. Seemed to perk up his ears there. You talked with Cookie and Tamley about Bort. No known enemies that they know of. You looked in his wagon and found some books that you investigated and determined that Bort had made many trips here and had delivered for a pretty tidy sum of money every time, about 30 gold, reagents to a person named only Customer. You also investigated the feed mill, the kitchen of the feed mill. You didn't find anything in particular. You do know that Bort had his own bowl, so the bowl was not one of Delma's. You didn't find a match for what you believe to be poison. It has kind of its own smell, and there was nothing in the kitchen that looked out of place. And Delma also told you that she did not know anyone in town with the sufficient gold or wealth to be able to make those kinds of purchases. So that's kind of where we left off. It's getting on later in the evening. What would you all like to do?
We must rest and prepare ourselves to clear the shrine.
Well, before we do any clearing of anything, if someone wants to heal me some, because I'm like down, I only have half hit points.
If we were to use a metaphor of hit points for
Not hit.
Life.
And Delma sort of like puts her finger up and says,
good.
and there is the matter of payment. It is 2 silver per person, please.
What a buzzkill. My character actually says that.
2 silver each. If we're staying.
His 2 silver.
I'm trying to find where my money.
There's
It's on the
It's an
inventory
inventory.
tab. Lena will set down her 2 silver as well.
Thugren slaps 2 pieces of silver on there.
I'll hand over 2 silver as well.
And
I'll-
buy silver.
I'll toss 2 silver haphazardly over there.
All right, so that's everybody. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
she says. Thank you very kindly. And at this point, Edra. Let me. I'm gonna try and remember to pop up your reminders every time you're talking to somebody. So this is Delma. And then Edra enters. And as a reminder, Edra is the stable hand. She is a halfling. So she comes in the door back here and kind of looks around and says, "Oh, good, good." She'll walk up to Lena, says, "Well, I'm afraid we have an issue with your horses.
What's wrong with the horses?
They seem to have these biting fleas, and if we don't head that off, they're going to be very sick very soon, perhaps as early as tomorrow morning. It's a pretty easy cure. I just need a couple of say 2 or 3 pounds of rosemary. You smoke it, and that'll clear out all of the fleas. Could you please help me with gathering the rosemary so that your horses do not become ill?"
Can
I feel
I?
like Ruben wants to say something, but
Yes.
Lena is totally going to. Yes, I will help you find this rosemary. That's like a plant, right?
Yeah, Thugrin 100% is dubious of if this is a accurate remedy or not.
Okay.
If I can make a knowledge check of something, since I am proficient in
that would-
medicine and nature.
That would which one do you want to do, medicine or nature? You could do both, actually. As long as you don't fail the first one.
Yeah, I would say medicine first.
Okay.
Because I also have my healer's kit. I have a +7 in medicine. Yeah, healer's tools, holly and mistletoe. So I want to see if this
Okay.
is and then also, where is it? Dubious knowledge.
Yeah, so this sounds right, actually. There are certain, you're not familiar with these particular types of fleas, but you know that there are certain insects that are irritated by rosemary. Usually you would use more of the oil, but okay. Sounds like it, maybe.
I'd go over to Edra. Where is the nearest place to get this rosemary, and is it dangerous?
Well, that's the thing. I can tell you just where to find it, and she gives you instructions of where to find it. But the thing is, it's well, you might be just the person, because it tends to be inhabited by a very large bear.
But, like,
And she looks over at Oakenclaw and then looks at Thugrin. Very large bear. Much larger than yours.
I see. Well, it seems we have no choice. We must deal with the bear. Find the rosemary, else the horses perish. That being said, I'm gonna walk over to Lyra and cast Heal with 2 actions.
Do the merchants that we travel with carry none of these spices? I thought they traded in spice.
Is that 1?
I mean,
One hit point.
Not. I did the 2 action version,
Plus-
so it's been plus
Plus
8.
8?
Oh,
So,
okay.
9
Okay.
hit
Okay. I
points
was
back.
about to be like,
Yeah.
I'm back up. Okay. I'm
And
feeling much better.
I go outside assuming everyone is going to follow me.
Which,
I will-
Tonight? Okay.
well, otherwise the horses will die. And
she didn't say die.
she said, "Be very sick." Like,
Which,
I don't want to take a chance on if the horses die, we never get to leave this town. Just saying.
could you point us in the direction of the rosemary?
She already did.
She gives you instructions.
I can show you on the map, but I don't know how to look at the map.
I missed that part. I was trying to finish the paragraph in my book.
I'm gonna ask Thugrin. I'm gonna say, by take care of the bear.
We're going to pacify it. We're going to chase it out of its lair. Follow my lead.
That's what I thought. I didn't think
to be
you meant
clear,
kill.
you don't want us to kill the bear.
Under no circumstance will you be harming an air on that bear.
I just wondered, because
What if it has the same sickness that the wolves had?
We'll deal with that when we get there.
I want an answer now, because I might not be able to have a conversation in the middle of battle. It's best we discuss these things now when I'm more lucid.
Well, why don't we just let Thugrin go first?
Yeah, that's a good
He
idea.
can wrestle with the bear,
let
and then
me go first. If I come out waving my arms, calling for help, then you go into your little rage, little halfling.
I told you to not call me little.
Just stay close behind. I will tell you if the bear needs to be put down, but I'll do everything in my power to stop that first.
So you are all going. Is that right?
Yes, and I'm going to light my lantern.
Okay.
Ooh, is it dark out?
Even Aviana is going.
Sure. I mean, I'd rather not see our
our
only means of transportation right now die.
Yeah.
Potentially.
So you follow her instructions and you head all the way. Let's see.
I'm
Let's
also
say
going to
it's-
light my lantern because I'm pretty sure I can't see in the dark.
Let's say.
Okay.
I don't think the book says. So let's say, I don't know, bushes are here. So you make your way up north of town. And so it sounds like Thugrin is going first by himself, is that right?
Yes, with Oakenclaw at my side.
Okay. What is your general method of approach? How are you going about this?
I am going very slowly. I'm not necessarily sneaking about, but just proceeding in a very non-threatening manner. No weapons drawn. I do have my shield on and my holly and mistletoe on the other hand. But other than that, I'm just slowly approaching.
Okay. So you...
As he's doing this, I'm going to hood my lantern, and if Lena's lantern is also a hooded lantern, I suggest she does the same.
I am going to consult my inventory. No, my lantern appears to be a torch, so I'm not going to hood it, because that sounds really
okay.
painful.
I'll also be raising a shield as I approach.
All right. It keeps... Okay, there we go. I've got you. I want to drop you on that screen. So, you are roughly here.
Okay.
And I believe you should be able to see...
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get to...
Do I have my Oakenclaw?
Oh, yeah, let me drop you an Oakenclaw here.
Okay.
You too. So you can see the bear. The bear is currently asleep.
Okay. So from
It is in fact a large bear.
Yeah, it is. So how far behind me are the rest of the party?
How far ahead of the party do you want to be?
Are we like 100 feet behind?
No, I was thinking 30, 40 feet behind.
Yeah, not super.
If that's
Okay.
fine with everybody.
So not as far as when you went ahead into that alien base. And
This isn't Murphy,
almost
no.
got killed,
What are you talking about?
Also, Thugrin is the exact opposite of Murphy when it comes to speed. Thugrin's speed is 15 feet. He's a slow-ass dwarf.
Wow.
Okay, he's very slowly, plodding along with the shield.
You don't meet the strength prerequisites for your armor?
No.
No, he doesn't.
His strength is 10.
So-
Wow.
I'm
and
not a
he-
strong
He
dwarf.
took it anyway. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, just this heavy hides, a slow plodding dwarf. That's me.
Good for you.
So, I'll approach here. Okay, I would like to examine the bear. They bring up a good point to see if it has any of the same markings or kind of sickness that we saw on the wolves coming into town.
Okay. I'll make a. Sounds like medicine.
Yeah, if I can.
That's what you
identify
want to
that.
check.
+7.
From this vantage point, I mean, it doesn't look like it. It looks like a bear.
A normal bear. Okay.
Here's
The
the
next thing
bear.
I would like to do is look around for the rosemary and see if that's
Okay.
anywhere. I'm guessing a nature
Um,
check or something.
Yeah, that would be in nature.
Also a +7.
This is not particular. Oh yeah, hey, that's a critical success. Yeah. So all of these bushes around here,
Mm-hmm.
they're rosemary bushes.
Okay.
In fact, you can even smell it. It's definitely rosemary.
Rosemary.
pungent.
So, well, what I would like to do in that case is still very calmly approach the nearest bush over here. I'd probably have Oakenclaw still keep behind me like 10 feet. So I'd like to, if I can, get up to there, and Oakenclaw just
Okay.
trailing behind me just a little bit.
Yeah. So you approach the bushes, and the bear clearly wakes up, and then just stands up and stares at you, and then begins to growl.
All right, no.
And you notice, you hear a sound, and then you see, sort of crawling around, is a little bear cub.
Oh.
I know, Mama, I know. And I point to Oakenclaw like I said, I understand. I would like to use my wild empathy to make an impression and a request, and just point to the bushes. I'm just here for the bit of rosemary, not
Okay.
going to affect your children none.
Yeah. So are you doing anything in particular to assist with your attempt at diplomacy here? So you're obviously trying to calm the bear. You're not here to hurt the bear. You're not here to hurt the bear cub.
I will sacrifice some of my rations if I can. See if
Okay.
they'll like that, and kind of like scoot them off somewhere, a little ways off this way to another bush, kind of toward the bear cub, in like a non-threatening
Yeah.
manner. I'll do 3 days of rations to help with that. Just kind of
Okay.
like scatter them out that way.
Then make a diplomacy check.
Okay. Rations. Mark off the rations, and then here goes my diplomacy. I'm not particularly good at, but I'm trained at it. So here we go. 18.
All right, and I think that's going to beat. Pretty sure that beats the will DC
Of a bear.
of a bear.
It's a very willful bear.
And just take a couple steps forward. Chris Pratt in Jurassic Park.
Although,
So
like,
it's
not
definitely a success. I want to see the number though, because you might get enough of a bonus that it's a critical success. Let's see. That kind of bear will DC would be okay. So that's the will DC. So it's just a success.
Alright.
Yeah. So you have convinced this bear that you are not here
Yeah, throw the
to
rations
hurt
out.
her, and
Just
she just
rosemary.
she's gonna kind of move this way. She's kind of putting herself in between
Sure,
you
sure. That's fine.
and the cub, but
Yeah.
does not immediately move to attack you.
Okay, I get next to the bush. Do I have a sense of how much rosemary I would need for this with my
Yeah,
medicine
I mean
knowledge?
she wanted a pound or two, so you want a bunch of rosemary, just kind of.
All right, I will kind of, put the holly mistletoe away, and then go to stow as much rosemary as I can into my backpack. What I'll probably do is use the dagger to help cut it, cut it a bit, and then stick that
Your
rosemary.
clan dagger.
The clan dagger.
Yeah, let me.
This seems natural for me. You know, this is what I do in the woods. So.
I don't even think you really. Yeah, you don't need a check to cut.
To cut flowers.
To cut
Make a
rosemary.
cut flowers check.
You cut some rosemary, a couple of big bunches of rosemary, and you put them in your bag.
All right. What I think is fine. I'll do. I do want to do just one last look around the place to make sure that there's not, either signs of some kind of infection or signs of, like, I don't know, other animals that have passed through here or something along those lines.
Okay, that sounds more like a survival, you think?
Sure, like for tracks and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, that would be an open roll then. So just go ahead and roll a
Sure.
survival check.
Survival 14.
Yeah, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. It mostly just looks like a bear, a big bear, and a baby bear.
Okay. Then I will take my steps backwards, just still facing the bear and bear cub, and take just a step all the way back out if I can, telling Oakenclaw to kind of do the same and backpedal out of the territory.
Yep, and she watches you as you go, but she lets you go.
You're right. After get back to the rest of the party and open the bag. There now. We're all good here. No signs of infection, no problems with the bear or her cub. And we've got the rosemary for the horses. Let me go see to the next animal. Start trudging my way off to the stables.
And for successfully defeating the bear, you get 80 experience points.
Yeah! Passive is
I feel like I really helped a lot. You did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew.
We're all like hanging in the back.
That is literally what that class feature is written for. What just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
You just hope that it comes up in an adventure.
Yep.
Hey, works.
So you are heading back to the feed mill. Is that
Yes.
the plan?
Yes.
Alrighty. There you go. Let's move you back over to the feed mill.
Alright, go around. I think the stable's around the side, yeah?
Yeah, stables are around the back. So you meet up with Edra, who is waiting kind of with the horses.
Okay. Just for everyone else that are around here.
Oh, okay. I can't see.
She says, "Any luck?"
I set my backpack down and start getting out the rosemary.
Ah,
Hey.
perfect. And she'll take the rosemary and she'll move over to what is a little sort of fire pit she seems to have assembled. She's moved all the hay back, like, as a good 10 feet or so, because fire in a hay barn, bad. And she just plops it in and she pulls out a flint and steel.
I
Flint
put my
and
hand,
iron.
I put my hand
I can
over her hand, and I do produce flame.
I can offer my lit torch.
Nope. I do produce flame.
Okay, you do produce flame, and pretty quickly the rosemary starts to burn, and suddenly it smells like a kitchen in here. Maybe it smells very much like rosemary. Guess what your bedrooms are going to smell like tonight, because it starts to smoke up the entire area. The horses maybe don't love
I'm gonna be starving
the
in the morning.
burning rosemary, but yeah. She
Alright.
says, "Well, this should do it."
Alright.
Does it smell floral?
Well, kind of by definition, yeah. I mean, it's the particular floral scent you are referencing is not rosemary.
I
would've-
I have to spell everything in the adventure until I find the one
He
thing.
was
So
he
wanna
was
make
not
sure.
poisoned with oil of rosemary.
Nah.
I don't know. Those essential oils are really powerful.
Mm.
Or so my aunt tries to tell me.
Everyone has one of those ants.
Yep.
Arthur puts his hand on Edge's shoulder, or he kneels down, and then he puts his hand on Edge's shoulder, and he says, "Thank you for taking care of the caravan's critters."
She just nods and says, I do like them. I would hate to see them get really sick.
Also, you don't want the fleas to spread to the other animals.
Or
to us.
upstairs.
Mm.
I live upstairs too, you know.
I'm gonna check myself for fleas.
Ugh.
Make a perception check.
Thugrin distinctly does not check himself for fleas.
That's not perception.
Yeah, there's kind of not much of a point in it because we're gonna be sleeping above them anyways. So
You don't notice any. You don't notice any fleas, which is a good sign.
I don't like how you said that.
All right.
So if we
Andrew
are
says,
done-
"If there's anything I can do to help before you head to bed, let me know." She just kind of jumps up on a hay bale and watches the fire to make sure it doesn't spread.
Was Avion gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, if we are done here, then I think I will retire. Unless
Arthur's
you had anything else.
I mean, like, I feel like I got up like 6 hours ago because I slept so late this morning. But I guess I can go to bed.
I mean, you did get up about 6 hours ago.
I'm gonna go back in the bar and see if there's gonna be another fight before I go to bed. I don't want to miss anything.
Lyra's pretty much just gonna go to bed because she's very tired of talking to people. She's spent more time around people than she's used to, so she's gonna go to bed and recharge.
Arthur's gonna ask Edra if she remembers seeing anything out of the ordinary the night of the murder.
She says, "Well, we don't have fights very often. It was pretty eventful. I was out here busy in the stables with Glenda. I don't know where she's gotten to. She looks around. I was tending to the horses. When the fight broke out, I could hear it. It got pretty loud inside, and Finnick ran out the door pretty quickly, and just after that, Trin followed him. She had a wound on her cheek. I don't know if somebody punched her or slashed her with a knife or what, but she left and she ran toward her home. That's all I really saw. I didn't come inside."
All right, thank you.
Was Finnick running towards his home, or was he running somewhere else?
I don't really know. Finnick sleeps here sometimes, but I'm not sure he has a home really. Because sometimes he'll sleep here, and sometimes he'll sleep, well, wherever else it is he sleeps. So he was running, I think he went to the north.
Well, thanks for your help.
She nods.
Before we retire, Thugrin will make one more look at the horses and just pass by and make sure that they're. See if they show any signs of recovery from the burning rosemary, and kind of just double checking Edra's work.
Yeah. Medicine, it sounds like.
Yes, +7.
Alrighty.
Dubious knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, they seem okay. They are agitated by the smoke. But they don't seem to be more sick. You would you would mostly tell by tomorrow, the next day, they haven't come down with anything. You can tell. That's how you can tell. Or, you can also kind of like dig into their fur if you really, really want to, but they're kind of agitated and annoyed horses. Not a great idea to pick at their coats.
Pat their flanks. It's gonna be alright. You just sit here and inhale. Let it, grip it and rip it, blaze it, 420. Just all that smoke in your nostrils. That's right. And, fan the flames a little bit and then walk out.
So somebody was heading inside, right? Was that
that,
Lyra?
that was Lena.
I was
Yeah.
going up to bed.
Okay. So Lena, you head back inside, and people are still drinking. It's not that late. It's getting, at this point, it's around maybe 9 or 10. There is still Flonk the Bard is there. He is playing badly. Delma is serving drinks. The kitchen is still closed. So Delma is serving. Conral has actually left, so he is not there. So it's mostly Farmer Elam, Lauren Krent, a bunch of other random miscellaneous farmers, Delma, and Flonk.
Okay. Lena's gonna stay up and drink for a couple hours, but try to stay sober.
Okay.
She's gonna drink.
You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Nothing particularly eventful happens other than bad music, some chatter. No fights. No fights tonight. Farmer Elam is mostly just drunk.
There's always tomorrow.
Lauren Krent also.
I bet I
quite
could get
drunk.
him really drunk, and then there'd be more fights. That seems like bad sportsmanship, though. She will eventually go to bed before
Alrighty.
midnight.
Anybody else doing anything in particular?
Arter will
Blaring at the bard.
maintain his equipment.
Okay. And Ruckus, you're listening to Flonk.
Yes, grumpily.
Yeah, he continues to not be very good. Yeah, he seems to be the town, at least the house bard, if not the town bard.
How disappointing.
He also doesn't have a great repertoire either, although he does eventually sing a song about the plague itself,
Oh,
which
yeah?
is interesting. It sort of describes mostly the aftermath of the plague, how the courageous mayor helped get the town through, how tragic it was that their only priest died, but how the town, though diminished, did soldier on through. All right, so it sounds like nobody doing anything else.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Alrighty, you sleep, and then the next morning you are awoken
Prepare
Bye.
spells.
by cows, or sorry, cows, by chickens, a rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Move.
Dire cows.
Cock-a-doodle moo.
Rooster cows.
Yep.
It's fantasy. Why not? Fuck it.
Welcome to the farming
Wasn't
village.
that like a Nick show or something like that?
Cow and chicken.
Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network. Cow and
Yeah.
I think
chicken.
that was Cartoon Network.
Trust me, I know.
So today is let me check my timeline. It is the 31st of Desnus. For those keeping track.
My birthday. No. Thugan doesn't know his birthday. So.
Aw.
Alright, I will prepare my spells.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a good reminder.
Prepared
I'm not
prepared
used to playing a
spellcasters.
prepared spell first.
Choose
Prepared
your
spellcaster.
spells for the day.
Yep.
I only ever play
Spontaneous.
Yeah.
No, kinda
Maybe
prepared.
choose Speak with Dead. Oh, too bad it's uncommon.
Ah, why you gotta
Oh.
break balls? I would love detect poison, but also uncommon.
Okay, that looks good. That looks good, I suppose.
I'm gonna head down into the tavern.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm happy with my spells. Okay. Yeah, I'm also gonna head down there.
I'm good.
Oof.
But where are we getting breakfast? Because the tavern kitchen is closed.
Well, maybe we can.
Cookie?
Maybe Thugrin can find some.
I'm gonna go find Cookie.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna see what kind of stew Cookie has
Oh,
today.
I am.
Breakfast stew.
digging
Cookie
into
is
my
happy to
rations.
provide stew or porridge,
Okay, I'll have
whichever
some.
you would prefer.
Yeah, I'll get some cookies too. Or cookie porridge.
I'll have some porridge.
Breakfast porridge.
I eat my
This
rations.
forage is made with wheat and perhaps a little bit of barley, not turnips.
Thank God.
That doesn't sound bad.
God.
Porridge.
Does it have any rosemary?
No, does not.
I got a few little granules in my backpack.
Okay.
Alright, as they eat their porridge and I eat my rations, we go into the shrine now.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do first.
Alright, now I have an idea. And I look to Ruckus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need your help, Goblin. You see, these bloodsuckers, if we can drive them out of the shrine without need for killing them, that's going to be priority number one.
But
And
they're
I had a
bloodsuckers.
thought that they're still animals. They still don't know better. They're just doing what's in their nature. They
Yeah, are
deserve
they
a
actually
chance.
animals?
Well, I can
They're
try
gonna-
to scare him out.
Aye, you can make a lot of noise. Make a loud sound. A rumble as much as you can. See if you can scare them away before we go in.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
We'll
know.
be right behind, but the goblin should go first.
Okay.
I don't know. The goblin's awfully squishy.
That's why I'm going with him.
Hey, take the human with you.
We've got this, little buddy.
I'll have you know, my people are well known for their thick bone structure. We don't squish that easily.
Alright, unless anyone's got anything else to jabber about, I say we go to the shrine.
Oh, the sooner the better.
We'll get that out of
So
the way, then we can find the remaining feed meal
And we can find
employees
the
we
witch.
haven't spoken to. Maybe.
so Thugrin, Ardor, and Ruckus. Is that it?
We bring
No.
all of them, eh?
Yeah, we're
I think we're all going.
Okay.
But those three are going first, and then we're gonna be 45
Close
feet behind
behind.
them.
or 30 feet or something.
I'll go with Ardor and,
Thir-
and
30 feet is good. That way we
I-
can get there in one action.
I don't want to be behind, so I'm gonna go with them.
Well,
Well, if everyone else is going, I'm going too.
Well,
let's go give the local bard something new to sing about.
squishy people can go stay behind.
So who is you make your way to toward the shrine. Who is going first?
Ruckus.
Okay.
Yes, are you are willing to go along with us? It sounds like.
It sounds like I've been pushed in front, so I shall lead my party.
Okay.
On our noble
So
hero's path.
I have limited space on the map they've given us. So Ruckus is first. Who else is going close to Ruckus, or are you all?
Artie will be right behind.
Arter is right behind,
Yeah, and then I'll go. Or, yeah.
and then Lyra next. And Thugrin, Aviana, and Lena are hanging back.
A little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Thugin's probably toward the front of the rear group, like watching to see and like seeing if he can
Since he's so
influence the
slow.
animals. Yeah, also very slow, so he needs to be in front.
All right, so you approach the shrine, and you can hear as you get closer a buzzing sound. Arter in particular knows to listen for it. And Ruckus, were you playing your instrument to distract or something?
Yep.
He's gonna suddenly make a loud noise or something like that to try to scare them off, I think, right?
Well, yeah, I assume you mean.
No, make a lot of loud noises.
Well, yeah. But
Yes,
suddenly, right?
I assume if we go into combat, what you want me to do is try and use the fear spell and scare them all away.
Yeah. That sounds wonderful.
But I thought we were, wink, wink. That was the plan. But yeah, I'll shake my war rattle. Let it be known that we are entering these woods.
Yeah, spook
Okay.
the bugs away.
If he does
Yeah.
that, I will take my sword and I'll bang it on my shield.
All right, so you do that, and you immediately attract the attention of these Bloodseekers. And with that, we will roll. We will not click the dice roller. We will roll initiative.
Yup.
Well, but how do we know if we scare them away, they won't just come back? They must have a nest somewhere nearby.
We need to clean out the nest.
I knew this wouldn't work.
I thought it was a fantastic idea.
Right,
Scare
this
the
also
bugs.
knew this wouldn't work. Lyra,
Damn. I can tell
Alright,
somebody's
even-
used to not getting the jump on them.
Dang.
Oh, now where are my NPC stats? I haven't rolled a bad guy since like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I
Bloodseeker.
guess it was gonna work either, but I wasn't gonna stop Thugrin from what he wanted to do.
Make loud noises, scare the
Sacrificing a
bugs
goblin.
away.
Oh,
If
noises!
he wants to make loud noises, he can make loud noises, as long as it's not me making the loud noises.
Oh, there's more of them than I can fear.
Alrighty.
That's okay. They're not bears. I'm allowed to kill them.
They're still animals. Thugrin's still gonna have an issue.
Pretty sure they're
Right.
monstrosities.
I think Patrick was checking that when he made that
You
claim,
can
were not?
you can roll a check for that. I was in fact checking to see if that was the
Patrick was specifically
to see what the answer
skeptical
was.
in fact checking.
First up is going to be Lyra. Yeah, you are where you see on the map. You can hear bloodseekers. I'm going to say bloodsuckers so much.
Are they like coming towards us, or
Yeah, they seem to be
made a lot of noise.
interested in each of you.
So first off, I want to going with the whole loud noise thing. I want to like kind of like, I guess like clang my two sawtooth sabers together to try and make like a loud like scrape clanging noise. I don't know.
Okay. Make up intimidation or performance. It's kind of up to you. If you want to try and scare off a bloodseeker.
Yeah, I'll make it intimidation. Not super
That might be a success. So it looks like demoralize, and it's going to be the will DC. What's their will DC? Wow, it has their melee attack on this sheet as very incorrect. That's no, their attack is not a -4. Let's see, will DC. Yeah, that's a success. So you can demoralize one of them. Do you want to choose? They do not all turn tail and run, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'll do the one that is kind of to the right of me, closest.
This one?
Yeah. And then can I make like a check to see if I recognize what they are? Well, I guess
yes, you can.
or like whether they're animal or something different.
Yeah.
Would that be nature?
That is a nature check, and I will, let me put the frightened on this thing so I remember. Flat-footed, fleeing, friendly, frightened. All right. Yeah, I will. It is a secret check, and it is nature. Unless nature is the most appropriate skill,
Yeah,
although you can roll something else if you like.
Probably gonna be the best.
Let me see my DC here.
So do I still have to roll when it's secret, or do you do it on your side?
No, I rolled it for you. So that's gonna be yeah, you don't really know much about these things, unfortunately.
Okay.
And that is an action.
Yeah.
So you have one left.
I guess. Oh, I should have done that. I feel like first, but oh well. So if I hunt prey to the one that I demoralize, does that last till the next round, or does it not really make sense?
It sticks. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll hunt prey on that, the one that I demoralized.
All right. I think I had something at the very end. Yeah, there we go. Right. So that little archery target is going to be your hunt prey. I think it lasts until you designate something else, or like until tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, or until your next daily preparations.
All right.
That is your turn, Ruckus.
Okay, well, first thing, I am going to, because I can do both of these things, because the one only takes one action. I can inspire courage among my allies for one action, rattling my little rattle. And then I'm going to, I'll just remind people, and then I'm going to try to fear this one over here. So it's
went to this one.
Yep, so it's got to
make a will save. I'm going to check this over here, because now I don't trust anything on this stat block if the attack modifier is wrong. Bloodseeker.
And my spell DC is 17.
Yeah, this is just... it's just wrong. They're just normal bloodseekers, right?
I don't
Are
know.
are they weak bloodseekers? Or
Maybe they haven't seeked enough blood lately, so they're kind of...
Yeah, no. Bestiary
Tired.
42. Here, let me check. Just real quick. Check
Just
this,
look
maybe.
them up on Easy Tools.
Well, that's what I'm looking at it on Archives of Nethys, and I don't know which one's wrong. I'm thinking Roll20's wrong. So,
Roll20 is probably wrong.
yeah, Roll20's probably wrong. Good thing I didn't pay for this. I paid for this.
Hey, at least you have the maps in.
Yeah, no, it's Roll20's just wrong. Okay, so 1d20 plus 4. 18, I assume, is probably a success.
18 is a success, yep.
Alrighty.
Damn.
And there's no...
Wasn't
yeah,
it
no,
17
no,
or something?
no effect on a success, it looks like.
On a success, the target is frightened 1. On a critical success, they're unaffected. On a failure, they're frightened 2. On a critical failure, they're frightened 3 and flee for 1 round.
So they
Frightened
are
one.
frightened 1. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. It is now frightened 1.
And that's my turn.
Flee, bugs, flee.
You are doing your best. Arter.
I'm trying my best.
Arter moves to here. He's going to raise his shield, and he's going to demoralize that bloodsucker all the way over there.
All right. Make your intimidation check.
Dang.
A
Aw.
9 is going to be a failure.
Sail away.
You have a third action.
I'm going to raise my shield.
All right. Lena. You. Yeah, so you are. I'm going to say it's 1 action to get to where your token is, because you're like 35 feet back or so.
I do have a thing for that though, but nobody else is attacking them.
And right now they are perched on trees, but they're only about 5 feet up. Any of you could hit them.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start hitting them. So, I'm gonna use my sudden charge, which let me stride twice.
Alrighty.
Well, first I'm gonna wait. So first I'm gonna rage. Then I'm gonna use my sudden charge, so I stride twice. So one to get here, and then 1 to get here, and then I can attack this one.
Yep.
So I'm raging, so some things happen. So I click this one. I have a +1. Oh, I have a 1. It's 25 hit.
A 25 will hit. That includes your +1. Okay, a 25 will hit.
I wonder if their AC is 16. So that one's the damage. I got a +1 to the damage.
Yup.
Wait, that was attack again. Oh,
Yeah.
I want to click over here where it says damage. Let's try this again.
16 slashing damage. You swing your great axe and you blat the bug seeker.
Oh!
The bug seeker, the blood seeker is now a just pile of blood.
I will keep
On
all
the-
my own blood. Thank you very
A
much.
splat of blood on the tree.
You
There, I
monster.
intimidated it really well.
And and that is, let me find this thing in initiative
Mhm.
so I can remove it. There we go. All right, that is your turn.
That
It
was
is
all my
Blood
action.
Seeker Northeast's turn. Their move speed is, let's see, 30. This Blood Seeker is gonna go move there. Then it's going to attack Arter. That's a natural 1.
Yeah.
And then it will try one more time. That's another natural 1. So this
Whoa.
Blood Seeker is not very good at seeking blood. That's its turn. Aviana.
I suppose we're not waiting anymore. But can I ready a 2-action spell?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna ready produce flame.
What is your trigger?
One of the Bloodseekers makes an attack on one of my allies or me.
Alrighty. So we will hold on to that.
If you want me to wait, I will wait. But they do not seem very patient to me.
Oh, one of them already attacked. Not me, one of the bugs.
Actually, no. Readying is 2 actions. Readying is 2 actions, so it has to be a 1 action or a free action. You cannot do a spell. Unless you somehow has 4 actions, I guess.
Or you can like
Haste.
ready shield or something.
Man, so you can't ready spells, basically.
No. Yeah.
Interesting. That kind of sucks. Sorry, I'm just trying to see.
And you would need 1 action to get to where you are. You're about 30 feet behind. But
Okay.
your range may make that okay. I don't know, depending on what spells you want to use.
I'm gonna move up to where I'm on the map then as one of my actions.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Hand of the Apprentice. With the same trigger.
Okay. Thugrin.
Alright, I don't like this. So, what I'd like to do is use my action to get up to where I'm on the map here. And I'd like to command an animal to have Oakenclaw, I guess, spend an action to get here up to the map.
Okay.
And then another action to move 35 feet. So I'll have him go kinda, let's go 15. Let's go to there. Have Oakenclaw go. And then my final action.
So yeah, let me make sure this thing doesn't have attack of opportunity. I don't think it does, but nope, you're good.
Okay. And then my last action will just be to raise a shield, because I will. I think there's still hope. Maybe they will start to flee. Flee, you bugs, flee!
Okay. So that is your turn. This Bloodseeker is going to move here, and then attack Ruckus. So Aviana, your trigger goes off. You wanted to Wizard Punch, if I remember correctly.
Wizard punch!
Oh.
Critical
A nat
wizard
20.
punch!
Oh, good. That's Iviana.
So roll your damage. I'm gonna.
It's not gonna be a whole lot. Although, is it doubled? How does that
It
work?
is doubled, yes.
Yeah, doubled
This is
whatever roll.
this is an attack roll, yeah. Two.
Bam.
Okay, well, you
Four
Roll
whole
a one
damage.
on the dice.
what's
But-
your? So you throw your dagger at it, and whack. Well,
Although
squish.
you do get to add your spell ability modifier to it instead of your strength.
Oh.
So your. How much more is your? You definitely kill this thing. How much more is your spell ability modifier? So you roll a 1 plus your. Presumably it's a 4, right?
Intelligence.
You do have an 18 intelligence.
Yeah. 4.
Okay,
So
plus 1 because Ruckus is inspiring you.
Mhm.
Doubled
5,
is plenty to kill this thing.
6, 12.
That's
so
12
it's not
damage.
just double the
Yeah.
dice; it's double the whole total.
No, you double the total.
Times 2 damage.
Double the total. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Roll your damage, multiply by 2.
And then the dagger like spins around and comes back to me.
Yep. And this Bloodseeker does not get to attack Ruckus because it is now a Dead Seeker.
Ugh.
Alrighty.
I look
So
with
now-
like wide eyes at Aviana, just how brutally you killed that dude. That bug. Board bug deserved better.
So it's this one down here. It's going
It
to
was
fly
a quick
up.
death at least.
And it is going to attack Lena.
Oh, no.
A 10.
That will not hit.
And it will try again. 15.
That will also not hit.
All right. Next is yet another Bloodseeker. It's gonna come here and it's gonna eat Oakenclaw. Tasty bear lunch. 13. I assume that is a miss, Graham,
Oh, 13, sorry.
on Oakenclaw.
Where did you... Yeah, it's miss.
And second attack is an 18.
Ooh, that hits Oakenclaw.
That hit. All right, so you will take 2 no damage. Yeah. So so it reaches out one of its. Oh, I should show you all the art. The lovely art of this very pretty creature here.
Oh, no.
Only a couple of you can see it for now. Bloodseeker. Here we go. Everybody's favorite
Mosquito bat.
bug. Layers. There we go. So that should pop out for everybody.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't think that's.
So it's gonna it reaches out with its claw with a barbed leg, and it attaches itself to
oh,
Oakenclaw.
Oakenclaw, no.
See, that's why I squished them first.
Instantly
So I'm just gonna put
desiccated.
that
Draws all the bear's
that
blood
red
out.
on it. Yeah, and that is actually so it attaches itself to Oakenclaw and just like well, you can probably guess what it's about to do, but it's out of
Sure.
actions. So it is now this one up here's turn. It's gonna fly here, and it's going to attempt to attack Arter.
Oh, no.
That's a natural 20.
That is a natural 20.
Ooh, boop, boop.
Luckily, that doesn't do anything other than attach to you.
Critically attached.
Yeah, the attack does no damage. However, it's then going to use its blood drain ability. So it's going to bury its proboscis into you, Arter.
Oh, no.
Let me give you a blue.
Like, what's the
dot
diameter
here.
of this thing? What do you think? How big are these creatures?
Let's see, tiny. So that means the archetypical tiny thing is a cat. So this thing's roughly cat-sized.
So we're probably
Maybe-
talking like
Maybe squirrel.
a bone
maybe
marrow
squirrel.
needle.
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
Ugh.
Oh, God, that's
so
awful.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So
That's not
Arter,
my book.
you take 2 damage.
Ow!
You also let's see. You are also drained 1. So you lose 1 further hit point, and you lose 1 maximum hit point. And you take a -1 status penalty to all Constitution-based checks, which is basically just Fortitude saves. And that is the Bloodseeker's turn. Now round 2. Lyra.
Do I have enough room to be here next to Lyra? Because I know you said there was a specific amount of space.
Yeah, if there's a I was only talking about
The marching
this
order?
map is very small.
Okay.
So that's the amount of space there is off the map. So
Okay,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, and so I'm gonna end up, since the one that was hunted was
Is now dead.
yeah
yeah.
is now dead.
Sorry, I squished that one for you.
It's okay. It's all right. I'm totally okay with that. Twin
Kill
takedowns
Theo.
is only 1, right?
Hmm?
1 action.
All right.
Twin takedowns 1 action, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm gonna hunt prey on the one in front of me.
The one to the north.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do twin takedown. I think I actually have to... Oh, no, I have to go over here and do 2 attacks. Do either of the attacks have... does, like, the second attack have a minus or not? No, because it's the twin takedown.
Yeah, it'll have your normal multiple attack penalty.
Okay. I feel like
Which
I need
is,
to
if
write
it's-
that down.
If it's an agile weapon,
I mean, it says that at the bottom.
so if it's an agile weapon, that's -4. If it is not, it's a -5
It is
to the
agile.
second one.
But not...
And
And you
have
yours
the
is
flurry
special.
edge, so it's less than that.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
-2.
To my first one or just the second one?
No, your first one's just a straight roll.
Yeah, first one's
I'll get
normal.
that at some point.
Second one, that's your thing, is you make a lot of attacks.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, a 23 is going to hit for 8 slashing damage, 9 slashing damage, and you splat it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, your second attack is
Yeah.
lost
Yeah. That's fine.
because it's specifically 2 attacks against the first one. But you didn't make the second attack, so you don't get the penalty. If you want to attack with your third.
Didn't she
I already
use?
think I did. I already did 3 actions because hunt, prey,
No.
twin takedown.
Oh, you moved. That's
Sorry.
right. You moved. Yeah. Alrighty, that is your turn. Ruckus.
Okay, I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna maintain my inspiring courage, and then I'm going to try and smack this bug since we're killing them now.
And it is to move into the trees is difficult terrain, but that's
Oh,
it.
okay. Do I need
So
to?
you have plenty of movement to do that.
Yeah, that's
Just wanted to
okay.
mention it.
Good. And then I'm gonna try and stab him.
Okay. An 18 is a hit for one damage.
Oh, 2 damage. I'm
2 damage.
inspiring myself.
You are. Alrighty. That is your turn. Harder.
I'm going to attack this Bloodseeker that's sucking on my blood.
Okay. A 20 will hit for 7 slashing damage. You kill it. You swing your longsword and you kill this bug that is trying to suck your blood. As a result, you take 1 persistent bleed damage.
No.
As the Bloodseeker's proboscis just pulls out of your, I don't know, your chest or something, wherever it's been sucking your blood, and you're bleeding. So you're going to take 1 persistent bleed damage.
Great.
And since it is currently your turn, well, your turn's not over. So what else do you want to do?
I will then move, and I'm going to attack the one that is on Oakenclaw.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh.
A 9 will miss. You swing, and at the
It
last
would be a
second you
4.
pull back because you would have hit Oakenclaw instead. So at the end of your turn, you'll have to make a DC 15 flat check to stop bleeding. So you will bleed, take 1 damage, then a DC 15 flat check. A 13, that's a failure.
Oh no.
Wow, bleed is not easy to get rid of necessarily.
No. Ongoing damage, bad. Lena.
I'm gonna start by attacking the one that's in front of me.
Okay. An 11 will miss. You swing your axe and you just go over it.
It's hard to hit these little things. I'll try again. -3.
A 25, on the other hand, will absolutely hit.
It,
Yeah.
it might. I don't know if it does that right or not.
19 plus 6. Yeah, it didn't include the minus. I don't know why it doesn't work for you. But it's still a hit. So for 16 slashing damage, you slash this in half. Dead bug.
I'll move to the next one.
Alrighty. That Bloodseeker is dead. Aviana. I think you actually... You readied. I think that moves you.
What?
I thought it was just delay that did that.
Oh, I see.
Let's see real quick. No, it's a reaction. Okay, go ahead.
If I move, is here? Do I have a clear shot on the bug that's attached?
To Oakenclaw?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like on top of Oakenclaw, so sure. And Oakenclaw is also small.
With a +1.
So you produce flame. Yeah, it's just a ranged attack. Okay, you hit this bug with a bit of fire, and it is not enough to kill the bug
Damage.
that is
Because of-
clinging to the bear. Oh, it is 6 damage. Never
because
mind.
because of the. We're being inspired.
You burn up the bug. The bug is now dead. The bugs are now all dead.
Great.
Thanks, Ruckus.
You're welcome.
So, in this area, it's just a bunch of dead bugs, a bunch of trees, and an old dilapidated shrine up here.
Thugrin thankfully doesn't have to kill any. Rushes forward.
Arder,
Thugrin, give me the aid kit.
are you?
Yeah. So Arder, go ahead and make another flat check.
Once I see that, I'll run back to Arder.
16. You are able to stop the bleeding.
How do you find, lad?
You know what? I'll live.
I'll look at that in a moment. We've got more pressing matters to attend to. And I go back to the shrine and go to investigate it, kind of see what we're dealing with here.
So the shrine, it's a big carved piece of rock. You can see that there is a symbol, not carved into it, but there is. Hold on, I have to look up the holy symbol.
I think someone mentioned Gosray at one point.
Yeah, so there is a wooden, like a wooden carved leaf lying at the base of the shrine.
I follow Gosray here. The wind and the waves. Has the shrine been purposefully defaced in any way?
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks more abandoned.
Okay, then
Could
I will.
Sorry, continue.
Well, just one more thing. Is it so there's no visible damage to anything like that to it? Like
No, it
stone
doesn't look
broken
like
out?
it.
Okay, then what Thugrin will spend some time doing is just cleaning it off. I do have a repair kit. Let's see. You said it was a wood holy symbol of Gosray?
Yes, there's a wooden holy symbol.
Okay, I oil the holy symbol with the oil from my repair kit and make it all nice and shiny.
Okay. You oil it, and it looks a bit less dull.
Can I investigate the area for any signs of people, like something that somebody maybe dropped, or Maybe some recent, like, I don't know, any kind of footprints or anything like that in the dirt?
Yeah. Make a survival check. And are you trained in? Well, I guess you're not tracking. Yeah, it's just a survival check.
I am pretty survival.
A 19. There it doesn't really look like it. There are a couple of like maybe deer tracks or something along those lines. But you don't see any boot tracks or feet or anything along those lines.
Is there any sign of the nest for these bug monster thingies?
As you look around, you don't see anything that looks particularly like a nest. But was it Arter? Did you roll? Somebody rolled a nature check about them, right?
I did. I did not know what they were.
I'm thinking like session 2.
Oh, that was
Thugrin
before.
First.
Thugrin knew what they were.
Thugrin knew them. Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the people that saw them, but they were described to Thugrin.
Oh
and
yeah,
he knew what they were.
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So do they have like a hive or something?
Yeah. So they don't always have a nest. Yeah, they don't. Sometimes they will have a nest, but not always. Them hanging around in a particular location doesn't seem to be anything unusual, based on what Thugrin knows about them. They are in fact animals, though. He was right.
I mean, they're insects.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not. Yeah, they're not like magical beasts.
Right.
They're animals, just like Oakenclaw.
Hey, that's what makes this such a damn tragedy, what happened today. And I'll go and start. Here's a weird thing I could do. I want to go and try to harvest from the bloodsuckers to see if I can, like, I don't know, like, probably harvest some of the proboscis for, like, needles for the healer's tools and the medicines. You know, whatever I can do to either use their bodies for some kind of tools like needles or that kind of thing, or, you know, use the blood, because I think I know how blood transfusions work. Just pour it into a big sack.
While you're doing that, let me borrow your healer's tools so I can patch myself up.
I throw the healer's tools to them while I try to harvest what I can from these poor bugs.
Make a survival check.
Sure. Survival. 16.
That will make my medicine.
Very good. That's 2 successes.
Yeah.
1 for each.
Okay.
So you're
harvesting.
Thugrin, you are able to successfully cut off the proboscis of these things, and kind of, they don't have anything that is particularly, you know, useful in any way that you know, or as, like, you know, I mean, you wouldn't know. You're not trained in crafting, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm trying crafting.
Okay. Do you have alchemical crafting?
No, I don't have that one.
No, right? Yeah. So like you don't know anything about like alchemical reagents or anything along those lines. But you're able to get some supplies for your kit.
Sure.
10 healing for Arter.
And that takes away the drain, right?
It does indeed.
So there was a priest that used to maintain this shrine, right? Would a priest, like, live around here, or would they live and just, like, hang out at the shrine? How does that work? Is there a usual...
Well, they haven't had a priest since the old one died.
Right, but, like, would they have a house around here, or would they have a house in town, and they would just come here to pray? I don't know.
Would I know the functions of priest to Gozray in their normal duties?
Yeah, I mean, you would know. I can roll a religion check if you want.
Sure. I also have +7 to religion, and may I remind you of my dubious
Yeah.
knowledge.
The DC on this is really low. I don't. Oh, well, that's a 24. Yeah, so it's kind of gonna depend on the location.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know I was going to be quizzed on the particulars of
Gozran
God's
lore.
right here.
It's important, damn it.
But I think the answer is just going to be that it depends.
Is it outside the scope of the adventure?
Not really. Let's see, just if I can get you an answer real quick. Gorum Gazra. I think it would actually be in the older book. Most devout members of Gazra's faith stay as far from civilization as possible. Yeah, I mean, you think that they are. It is pretty common for a priest of Gazra to live either outside a settlement, or something along those. Like, you are kind of a typical follower of Gazra Thugrin, kind of front to back. But it would not be strange for if there were a priest in this little town. It would not be weird for the priest to live in town. And you certainly don't see there's no house here.
Alright. Once I've got the shrine in pretty good condition, I'll turn to everyone.
Alright. We have done good this day. We can go back and feast and celebrate a job well done. Unless you have something better you want to do around here.
Isn't it still like morning?
It is.
Bugrin?
It's like 9:30.
I don't think the day is over yet.
I'm pretty sure it's time for second breakfast. It's been like hours since we ate.
Then
We
let us
still
be on our
don't-
way.
We still know nothing. Almost nothing about.
We
know that we did a good job here. We did a good act.
So when we were exploring the town before, we avoided getting too close to the shrine because of the bugs.
Yeah.
Is there some place where we can go that we haven't, that we can now explore now that we've cleared the bugs away?
Don't we
Like down this way.
No, yeah, not really.
Don't we also have to take that woman's father on a walk? Is that daily or?
Yeah.
Do that every day?
Is that
It was a one-time request.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
good God.
Phew.
Yeah.
Ah,
She.
okay.
It is possible she will ask you again in the future.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like every day.
I mean, we're gonna be here for a month, so we gotta do something to fill the time.
And when we leave, if Thugrin didn't put the symbol of Gozrip on the altar, Arter will do that. Although I can't imagine that Thugrin would just leave it on the ground after he shined it.
Oh no, I thought it was affixed, so I will put it back where it belongs.
So Thugrin, you'll get a hero point for that, for fixing up the shrine.
Oh, nice.
I've done it.
Give me just a second here, because you also
Still have
are
yet-
going to get experience points.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was I think the
Blazing
default number
through.
was 4 of them. Four minus.
Well, it should just be whatever the listed amount is in the book.
Yeah, it doesn't do that. The
Oh.
book doesn't list a number of XP.
Does it
Yeah,
say what kind of
Moderate,
difficulty it is?
severe.
Yeah, it does. So it's there -1, so that is a -2. So that is 80 XP.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's 1,000 level up, right?
So we
No matter what level we are.
A third. Yep.
Aye.
back to interviews.
Yeah. We haven't managed to talk to. Yeah, haven't we managed to talk to yet? We
The
haven't managed
two
to talk
people that
to
left early.
Fennec or Trin. I don't believe we've had a word with Conroy yet. Oh wait, yes we did.
Yeah, you talked to Conroll last time.
Did we
I think-
talk to Flunk?
You did not talk to Flonk.
We should talk
You've-
to Flunk.
You've basically talked to Delma. Oh, what's her name?
Who was the one who left early? Who got cut.
Delma. We've talked to
You've
Amora.
talked
we've
to
talked to
Delma.
Edra,
Delma, Edra, Amora briefly.
we've talked to Eamon or Elam.
Elam, yeah. Conroll.
Yep.
The person who left because she was injured,
Yeah.
That was Trin.
that's
Trin.
Trin.
Have we talked to Trent?
We have not.
I don't think anybody's. Well, we haven't seen her since
We have not.
the bar fight, but it's only it's a day and a half at this point. Although
We should
maybe
make sure that she's okay. She suffered a head wound.
that is true, and people seem to heal rather slowly in this world. So, like they suffer lasting effects of being injured. So we should probably check on her, make sure she's not dying.
She only gets 1 hit point back a day.
I know, right?
So
She's level 1, has been no con bonus.
yeah, when we get back to town, Ardor will try to find out where she is and pay her a visit.
Okay. Who are you gonna ask?
I'll probably ask Delma.
Stelma, okay. Let's drop you off at the feed mill then.
I actually will be right back.
So Delma says, you're looking for Trin. Well, she lives. Where did I put my notes? I have my notes on where everybody lives. She lives with her brother Marnie on a turnip farm to the south. I can mark it on your map that one of you is definitely drawing.
Is it
Aviana.
is it quite a little ways from the town, or
It's not too far. It's just on the southern outskirts. Just
should
one of
provide
the turnip farms.
a pleasant walk then? So wait, she lives with who now? Her dad?
Her brother.
Her brother? Do we know?
Her brother Marnie.
Have we met Marnie?
You have not.
Was
Yeah.
he involved in the fight?
You asked Delma this, and she says, "No, he wasn't. He doesn't come here all that often. He's the one who really works the turnips."
Is there anybody else who is that you know of that is fairly reclusive, who might not really frequent here all that much, or kind of keeps to themselves?
Well, there are some.
Who's about 20 years old, doesn't have any parents, kind of like mysterious origin.
She kind of squints. There are several people in town. We're a town of some 300. There are several people who are orphans from either the Goblin Blood Wars or from the Plague. I'm certainly not the only, the only person who could tell you about that. But I can't think of. I don't know. I'm not really. I'm not sure what you're asking.
Don't worry about it.
Was actually I'm gonna talk to. Did Thugren go on the tour? With he did go on the tour, didn't he? With
But you did not.
Right.
Mhm.
The mayor, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna ask Thugren if at some point did the mayor happen to point out where the supposed witch used to live?
I don't know if I recall. I may remember a witch, but I'm not so good with the city directions. Too many buildings in the way. There was a goblin, I think, on the trip. Goblin might knew.
If the goblin is old enough to know that kind of thing.
I don't remember.
Would,
I heard about a shrine that was defaced, and that was
that's
all
all
that
you
I cared
cared about?
As far as I'm concerned, this adventure is over. I've done my part.
Wow.
But what about your dead cousin? Don't you want to find out who killed him?
Uh-huh.
Aye, but his priorities, perspective. He lived a long, happy life. Shrines are more important.
I'm gonna ask Arder if he remembers.
Are shrines more important than animals?
No, animals are more important than shrines. Don't be daft.
But shrines are more important than people.
Aye. People come and go, shrines are forever.
What about dwarves?
Dwarves are people.
Can take them or leave them.
Aren't you a dwarf, or are you something?
Okay, yeah, I get it now.
Uh-huh.
I was a little confused. Now I think I figured it out.
At some point, did the mayor happen to point out where the witch was supposed to have been living before the plague?
Didn't he just say on the edge of town? In the north part of town is what he said.
Maybe
Bet
we
we could go ask him.
try to locate that at some point too. See if
Does
there's anything interesting still laying around.
does Delma know, and we can mark it on our map, or does she not?
She may
The
not
witch
be
is
old
that-
enough, but I'll
She is-
I'll ask her.
She is cleaning tables and appears
Okay.
to be not paying attention to what you're saying.
I'm gonna go up to Delma and I'm gonna explain to her that her father, right,
Yes.
regaled us with some fantastic tales. Some of our party members, he, in one of his tales, mentioned that there used to be a witch that lived on the outside of town before the plague. Suspected that it had something to do with the plague itself. Do you know anything about that?
She sighs, sort of lays down her rag that she's cleaning with. Silwith was. My father is a very.
Superstitious.
Let's go with that superstitious man. Silwith was well, whatever it was she did in her home, I don't think she was a witch. There are many folks here, and she looks around and sees there's not really anybody here. Perhaps don't say her name too loudly among the older people, but the rumor is that she was a witch and she started the plague. I think that's probably just superstition, but certainly my father believes it. She lived outside of town with little Vilry, her daughter. She was a few years younger than I was. I didn't know them particularly well. Was there something you needed to know in particular?
Was it common belief, or is it common belief that she is a witch, or was, rather?
She kind of taps her finger on the table and says again, I wouldn't say her name too loudly around anyone under the age of, or over the age of, say, 30.
I never speak to anybody over 30.
With the possible exception of Edra. I don't know that Edra knew her, but Edra hardly carries a grudge against anyone, so I think she might think more clearly. But a lot of people think Silwith killed their families, so tread lightly.
Did know her?
Very few knew her very, very well. She and her daughter sort of kept to themselves. Everyone knew her feud with Father Bulgrist. Bulgrist himself was the one who accused her of starting the plague, and then he caught the plague and he died, and then she caught the plague and she died. It's hard to say that anyone ever was close to her.
Could you point out on this obligatory imaginary map?
Who has the highest crafting check?
It has
by the
to
way?
be.
Is anybody trained in crafting? I guess
Thugrin is,
Ugrin, you
but-
said you were.
Yeah.
And
No,
Ardor
nope.
as well.
Nope.
Oh no. I have many
So
skills.
one of you must be. I don't know. Is making a map Thugrin's thing? Seems like it might be more Ardor's thing.
It's probably Ardor's I think it would be Aviana's thing because she has like a book or something to like have paper, right?
She does have writing utensils with her.
Yeah. I have no pens.
Maybe it's Aviana's map.
Yeah, it's Aviana's.
I don't have crafting though, so I'm not a good artist.
You know. Don't have to do
Stick
Josh.
figure map.
Draw a technical diagram. Where like point out general location of where her residence was.
She points, and I will move you over to the map again. She points to an area like here, and she says, I'd be surprised if the home were even still there. It's been 20 years, and I'm sure it's been reclaimed. It's all forest,
Odd
but
place for a home.
that's she
Well,
lived on the outskirts. She was somewhat of a recluse.
Wanted to keep away from people. I can understand.
I can sympathize as well.
People think you're a witch. You don't want to live next to them.
Maybe he was a druid and just misunderstood. I think we should go to that hut.
Ross, while you were gone, we found out that what I can't remember her name. We just
Tren.
Tren's farm,
Yeah, so
To the
Tren is
south.
down here,
and she lives with her brother.
Okay.
Barney?
and Silwith up here. Well, Silwith's former home.
She who must not be named.
All right, great.
So that's 2 pieces of information. 2 directions to go in. Do we want to investigate Silwith's mysterious ruins, or do we want to go talk to potentially minorly injured bar patron
Bar employee.
employee?
And her possibly reclusive brother. Or he's just really dedicated to his work as a turnip farmer.
He's a very serious turnip farmer.
Yeah.
I vote for Silwith's place.
That seems more adventurous. I go with. I'm interested in that.
We're more likely to find it to find
A clue.
a fight there.
Or
Oh.
yeah.
We're
more
more like
adventure means more heroism.
Am I the only person who is interested in solving this murder?
Apparently.
The murder will be revealed. I can feel it drawing me toward the woods. I feel it in my bones. We go to Silwith's, we're going to find something that has to do with the plague, which clearly is the cause of his death.
Well, when you say it like that, that sounds a little crazy.
Oh,
I don't know what
maybe
you
we're choosing
mean.
the wrong path after all. Maybe we should go check on the injured one.
Fair.
Probably.
Silwith's house. Wait. It has waited a few decades already. It can wait another 4
What if she
hours.
needs your healing?
I suppose I can go and spare a spell for an injured one.
Maybe if
We're
we're
gonna go-
lucky, we'll find Fennec on the way.
So we're gonna head to Trent's house.
All right. So you move your marker here. You go to Trent's house. Everybody, please make me a perception check. Let's go ahead and open roll it.
Or are
It's
we making?
fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Is anybody singing a song or anything?
And go ahead and arrange yourself in whatever order you are walking. Alrighty. So as you approach, other than Arter, who is maybe focused on like polishing his shield or something, you get pretty close, and you see a man. He looks like this, except he's not holding that side, and he is running. He says. He's like running around the house. So you have approached the house. He says, help me.
Well,
And
What's
we're
wrong?
gonna go into initiative here.
oh, jeez.
Wow.
As
That
a
bear that Thugren failed to kill. On a bloody rampage.
not quite. As a boar
Ah, not another animal.
chases him. Rawr.
What's up with all these
I'm
crazy
gonna assume
animals?
that's what wild boars sound like.
Everyone make your boar sounds.
Oh, I guess I should roll it while I...
All right.
How big is this boar?
So it's big. I mean, it's
Godzilla
big.
big? Or...
It's no, it's not Godzilla big. But it is a It's smaller than that bear was, which is probably good. Give me a second here. I need to. I forgot to adjust the boar.
Alright, stats all wrong too?
Possibly, but I needed to upscale it to get it a little more powerful. So let's see, its hit points are going to be that. Right. Perception. All right, so we could say 16. All right, so this angry boar round +1 is chasing this man. And first act is going to be Lena. What would you like to do?
Don't kill this one.
Angry boar.
Doesn't want me to kill it. Make things challenging, huh?
Just a scared animal.
Move to here. And it's 2 actions to hold.
Yes. So what is your what are you gonna what act are you gonna
Okay.
hold?
This is I'm not gonna hold anything. This might be a little too complicated, but does a grapple count as an attack?
Yes.
Okay. So I am gonna charge the boar,
Okay.
get right up to it, and then I'm gonna attempt to grab it. I'm gonna attempt to grapple it. If somebody told me not to kill it,
So
and I'm gonna listen to this.
it's I don't think
Hold on, are you using sudden charge?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Grappling is an attack, it is not a strike.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's an attack for the purposes of multiple attack penalty, but it's not a capital S strike. So you could just spend 2 actions to get up to it, and then third action to grapple.
I guess I'm gonna do that.
And that is going to be against its fort DC, and it's an athletics check.
That would be this button.
An 11 will fail.
Okay.
No.
Oh no!
I appreciate it.
And that is your turn. Lyra.
Okay, so I'm gonna
It's actually a critical failure, but I don't think it matters.
It's like covered in body.
It grapples you.
alright, so I'm gonna move
Actually,
can I do a nature check to see if it looks like a normal boar or if it is looking similar to like how the wolves looked?
no.
You can't. What would that be? Would that be
So
like
hold on. Sorry. With a critical failure, it
Oh.
knocks you prone. Lynn.
Oh, dang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It can
Oh.
choose to either grab you or force you to
Oh.
fall and land prone. So
I am never a grappling.
And you are now prone.
You.
Oh.
Continue, Lyra.
Well, okay. Actually, let's see. Well, I was going to check and see if it looked, if it looked diseased like the wolves did. Would that be a nature check or would that have to be something else?
You could do medicine. You could do nature. I don't think perception would make a lot of sense, but either nature or medicine would make sense,
Okay.
whichever you would prefer to do.
I'll do a nature check.
I'll roll it for you.
Okay.
You can't really get a good look at it.
Okay.
It looks like a big angry animal.
Okay. What weapons do I have? So what I'm going to do... Did you say like a ready action? Is that one?
Yeah, so it
That's two.
takes 2 actions to ready,
Okay.
and you can only ready a single action or a free action.
Okay. Oh, man. Probably should have done that in a different order. Well, I'll use the rest of my movement then just to get up so Lena's not there by herself.
This is not going according to plan.
Alrighty. Thugrin.
All right. First, I would like to use the action Sense Motive on the boar. I want to see if this boar is just angry or if I can tell anything of how it's behaving.
Okay, so that's a perception check.
Secret perception. My perception bonus is +7.
Pig whisper over here.
Yeah, well, the boar is angry. It is unclear for what reason the boar is angry,
Okay.
but the boar is angry.
Is there anything obvious about the boar that seems off, like we saw with the wolves? Like sicknesses, open wounds, sores, anything of that nature?
I will give you since you used your action for sense motive, I will give you a free medicine or nature, whichever you would prefer.
Probably medicine, +7.
No.
All right.
Just looks like it is an angry animal, as far as you can tell.
All right. All right. I like where your head's at, Lena, but just do a little bit better. So that was an action to determine that. Then I think what I will do with my remaining 2 actions is cast. How far am I away? Ah, beans. Can't do that. So I am going to cry. No. I am going to spend action to move my 15 feet up to here. Here. And with my 3rd action, I'll command Oakenclaw to move 5 to there, and then a 2nd action to kind of get around behind it.
All right.
Then I'll be done.
It is now flanked. Harder.
Carter uses 2 move actions to go to there, and he's going to raise his shield.
All right. Boar time. Boar party. Well. I think. Wait. It has a reaction, but it doesn't list the reaction.
It's mystery.
Oh, hey, Bloodseekers and Boars are on pages right next to each other. It's just okay. I guess I'm gonna look up what this reaction is. Maybe it's a universal creature rule or whatever they call it in this game. Yep, it is. It's a universal creature rule. Oh, okay, it's that. Alrighty. So Boar, I think, is going to let's
Spin attack.
Tusk attack. Lena, who is prone. 1d20 plus 12. 19, flat-footed Lena.
That will hit.
Does anybody else hear that?
The creaking sound?
Yeah.
That's probably my chair.
It's there, sure.
16 piercing
Because
damage,
It's a
Lena.
stool that just creaks.
Okay, well, I'm still alive.
As
God.
you are gored by a boar.
And
Or
it probably does get you good. It's not just a little scrape.
Yep.
Oof.
And then let me make sure.
Oh wait, I'm going to retributive strike that.
All right.
Stepping to here and giving that boar a good smack.
Actually, a 14. I'm not supposed to increase its.
All right, I gained 2 hit
Just-
points.
And you get back 3 hit points.
And a 14, I think, is going to miss. Yeah, 14 misses.
I get back 3 points because your thing.
Because I reduce it.
Yeah, I gained. Wow.
He deflected some of it, or distracted it, or whatever.
It's unclear.
It went from 16 to 11. Thank you.
Next attack, it's going to attack you again, Lena.
Seems unfair.
Plus,
3 action system.
that's a 22.
Oh, halfling's dead.
That will hit.
Oh no! What a terrible end
This
to a
one,
wild
I don't think it's actually
boar.
going to kill you.
I only have 9 hit points left.
Okay, 16
Famous
damage.
last words.
Oof.
Okay, so I'm now unconscious.
You are now dying 1, and it is going to turn its attention to this very rude man with a shield, and attack him for a 5. Does a 5 hit you harder?
No.
It is now Ruckus's turn.
Okay.
And hold on, let me move Lena. So Lena, we haven't had anybody dying.
No, we haven't.
You are now officially dying, and so your turn moves to before the boar, and
Yeah.
we will get to your saves and stuff on your new turn order. Ruckus.
Okay. I'm gonna go here, and then I'm going to cast Soothe on my downed companion.
Okay, well, I was just going to put him at dying 1, but Soothe gives him how many hit points? Her, how many hit points?
1d10 plus 4.
I
like 14.
rolled full 10 plus 4, so 14 hit
Wow.
points.
Excellent.
Huh.
Everything
So,
is
Aviana,
done.
you're moving twice.
Yeah. And then I guess I will move a 3rd time to get up behind it as well.
Alrighty, that's 3 turns. Lyra, if you can hear us and see.
Yeah, I
It's your
think we're
turn.
back now.
Yeah, let me just. I gotta find.
Internet said
The map
goodbye,
again.
and everything stopped.
Okay.
Are you still recording?
Yes.
All right. So.
Since it's the top of the turn, Marnie is gonna run.
Okay.
Oh,
Do I have to do hunt prey to do twin takedown, or does it?
I think
do.
so.
I think
think
so.
so.
It has
That's
to.
what I
It
thought.
has to be your hunted prey.
That's what I thought so. So I'm gonna hunt the prey and then do twin takedown
Alrighty.
and attack. Wait. So did Ruckus did inspire courage?
He did not.
No,
Okay.
no,
he
I
didn't.
didn't have.
No
Action economy for
inspire.
Okay. Cool. I just saw it here, so I was like trying to figure.
I had to heal.
That's all right.
Inspire.
A 12 will miss.
Y'all, and then this one is minus.
With a -2.
2. Yep.
Yeah.
I-
'Cause it's.
Ooh, not minus 20. Let's not do that.
And 18 will hit
Yeah.
for 8 slashing damage.
I think because it's a twin weapon, it's a +1 to damage.
If you already attacked with another twin weapon this turn.
Yeah, like //.
Okay.
The 2 of them.
So 9 damage.
So the
You-
second one always does more damage.
Yeah, basically after the first one, if you attack with another weapon that's a twin weapon, you get a +1 to damage.
And that is my turn, because that was only 2 actions.
You got another one.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a third attack, but
It's a
with a
minus
-4.
4. Yeah.
With that? Did it do the
D23.
Did it not?
No, I think it.
It
It's
just
just-
ignored the -4.
Yeah, that should be. I don't know why it doesn't
Why is
take
it
your.
doing that?
adjustment.
It
It's
does
really
like,
strange.
That's not doing
like
this.
those negative numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a 19 though. It still hits
Yeah,
for
what is 16 of hit on the second one?
no.
Because
So,
I didn't
same
do the rest
damage.
of the work. So yeah, just net effect 9 damage.
All right, and that is 3 actions. Thugrin.
Alright. I hate to do anything to this poor animal, but it's going to kill my halfling friend. Why? You challenge me, Gozre?
I am going to. Thugan is going to Tanglefoot the boar.
Okay.
Well,
Alright, the hierarchy becomes clearer.
yeah. Yeah, I'm a Tanglefoot the boar. It's a 15 to hit. It's probably not.
People are below shrines, which are below animals, which are below people that Thugrin knows personally.
No, which are below halflings.
That's
Well,
true.
because
That
like
could be the
halflings,
case.
then shrines, then other people. No, it goes. Wait. It goes
Halfling, then
halfling,
animals.
then animals, then shrines, then other people, and then dwarves are under other people. I think.
Don't try to apply logic to a druid.
I'm guessing a 15 and misses.
a 15 misses, yes.
Okay, then I will command Oakenclaw and say,
Oakenclaw, you're doing this for survival because you gotta eat.
and have Oakenclaw lay into the boar.
All right.
Flanking, it means he's flat-footed?
Yep.
Okay, then he will start off with
So-
a Jaws attack.
Yeah, don't.
No bonuses.
Flatfoot
nothing.
is on my end, just like in Starfinder.
A whole
12 will miss.
Okay, and then his second action will be a claw with the multi-attack penalty already built into it, so 14 total.
Which will also miss.
All right, good. We do nothing. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, the bear.
Not into
You
it.
think bear, boar. Bear's not winning
This
so
is
far.
a small bear.
It's true.
And,
Little
and
big
it's a
bear.
big boar, right?
Boar.
Arter.
Alright, I'm
Yeah, I
going.
mean, wow, boars are big.
Boars are big.
They're scary too.
Yeah. I'm gonna attack this boar.
All right.
Stabbing it with my longsword.
A 26 will hit.
I'm gonna
Or
use
9 damage.
another action to raise my shield, and a third action to stab again.
And a 12 will miss. You swing and you just swing over the
Alright.
loud, angry boar. Lena, you are awake. You are on the ground. There's an angry boar. You're
I'm
injured.
gonna stand up.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw my weapon,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to kill the boar with it.
All right.
So, and I'm not raging, so I click this button, and I get no bonus. I
A
think a
9.
9 probably misses.
You swing your giant axe and you miss the boar. Despite the fact that the boar is big and you are not big, you miss, unfortunately. Boar's turn. Who's the boar gonna attack?
Certainly a target-rich environment.
Carter,
Yes!
you win. You win the prize.
You win. You win Pathfinder.
The
Hit me.
greatest prize of
Shit.
all.
1d20 plus 12. 26. Does that hit you?
A 26 does hit.
Does that critically hit you?
It does not.
Very good. Plus 6. 18 damage.
Ooh!
Yikes!
I'm gonna block that.
I
I
was about to say,
think.
do you have shield block?
I do. Alright, so that gets reduced by 5, and then both me and my shield take 13 hit points of damage.
Oh no, is that a broken
What is your
shield?
shield's hardness?
That is a broken
It
shield.
is at least a broken shield. Yeah.
Oh god.
You have a metal shield, I assume.
Yeah, it's steel.
Yeah, I think a wooden shield would have been completely shattered.
Yeah.
So this boar just lays into you, Arter.
Oh no.
You have fought undead that are weaker than this boar.
This boy.
And it's gonna attack you again.
Oh my
22.
God.
22 hits.
Wow.
I'm feeling considerably
Oh
less
my
confident.
God.
And that is 17 damage.
Jesus.
Ooh.
This boar is brutal. So you are down. Let me move.
God. Also, I love how we're just fighting animals. That
Ah,
makes me sad. We're just killing a bunch of animals.
Yeah, it's killing me, man. I'm a druid.
Don't worry, they seem to be killing us more than we're killing them.
Sarah. Lyra has no problem with it, but Sarah is.
And then
I mean, well, I don't know about wherever we are, but wild boars are an invasive species.
Oh, yeah.
30 to 40.
all right,
Across
so
my
Ask
yard.
Marnie if he knows his
Like-
more.
They breed like crazy, and they don't really have any natural predators in North America. So
it's gonna make its third attack at Aviana.
I thought I
And
already
that's a-
made 3 attacks.
Nat 1. No, it was 2. That was 2.
It made 1
You're
broken
right.
shield, 2nd damage.
Downed Arter.
yeah,
God.
that was 3 attacks.
God. This guy's a madman.
It's an angry boar.
D20. That was 2 D20 rolls. That was 2 attacks.
Yeah, no, so like
Yeah,
with mine,
I
it
was just trying. I was hoping against hope.
Either way, natural 1, third attack. Aviana, maybe you don't know why this thing seems so ferocious because it can't hit you. Ruckus.
I mean, it's ferocious. It just I managed to step out of the way.
It's your skill.
Okay. Well, I will inspire courage. I'm out of level 2 spells or level 1 spells, so I can do no more soothings.
I'll take care of it.
I guess I'll cast Daze on it. Joel deals mental damage equal to your spellcasting modifier. The target must attempt a basic will save. And if they critically fail, they are also stunned. And...
Will save. 23.
Oh, yeah. No, they save just fine. And what is my... What does it want to know? The damage is equal to your base... Your spellcasting ability modifier, so that's 4 damage.
Or so it takes 2.
Mhm.
Plus 10 to its will.
Woof.
It's a very willful boar.
Yeah.
God. Oh, God.
I
And that's
think
3
it's fine.
actions.
Oh, well,
That
we
is
can
3
do more,
actions.
Aviana.
I'm
What
sorry I
is
couldn't
the
stun it. I
barn
didn't know how
made
willful it
of?
was.
Huh?
What is the barn made of?
The house.
Yes.
It is made of like wood and thatch, which is to say, yes, it's very flammable.
What? Why are you gonna do a barn burner? What the fuck?
Oh, you're gonna do what?
Why are you gonna burn down the barn?
Give me a second to look at these. I'm trying to see if there's like a cone I can do that won't hit anybody or the barn. But I think Oaken Claw is in the way.
Not from where you are.
Barbecue oaken claw. Oaken
No,
claw.
I
I
like-
So you
will
can
never forget
you
you.
can
Over.
you can drag the 2.
Yeah, I think no matter how I position it, Oaken Claw is going to be in the way of the only one I would be able to do without hitting the house. So I'm just gonna produce flame and like punch the boar with like a fist of flame.
All right.
long enough.
A 15 will miss.
God.
Can you make a ranged attack in melee range?
There's no penalty. If this boar had attack of opportunity, it could have attacked you, but it does not.
Yeah, as far as I
So
can
if I-
tell. You first.
Oh, we haven't rested, have we? We didn't. Did we take a 10-minute rest? We didn't.
10-minute rest? No, but
Since the
I mean, I took 10 minutes to patch myself up after the the
Oh,
Bloodseeker fight.
it's true.
And we took 10 minutes for second breakfast.
So two actions to cast a spell. Okay, Hand of the Apprentice. Yeah, 15 will miss.
Wow. This boar this is the final boss, guys.
That's my
that's-
Lost adventure.
That's 3 actions. Marnie said, "It just came out of the woods!" Ah! And he's gonna
Well,
run
don't
away.
forget you're inspired. I don't know if that helps in that scenario.
are those the 16 hit?
The
Hold on.
16?
16s will miss, and also Hand of the Apprentice. They I assume, yeah, they are both attacks, so you would take a minus, probably a -5. I doubt it's agile. So
The Hand of the Apprentice.
your multiple attack
Or-
penalty applies to
Applies.
Hand of the Apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lyra.
All right. So I'm gonna do twin takedown. Wait, what wrong thing?
It's on the description.
Yeah. So we have the +1 now from Inspire Courage. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see.
A 23 is gonna hit.
Ugh, that's so little damage.
So it's actually a 24 because it's also not giving you your +1.
Add 5 damage.
What is my thing? That's crazy.
So 5 damage. You slash the boar.
Alright, well, I don't even know if it... okay, so I'm gonna do the other one with the -2. It probably won't do it, but... that's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, a 10 will miss.
And then... That was only one action. I can't do twin takedown twice, right?
I don't think so. It's
I...
flourish.
Okay.
Flourish things you can only do once per turn.
Yeah.
Then I'll do another attack. I'm just gonna...
Okay.
I mean, just try and hit the crap out of it. -4. If I could hit. So that
A
is
21 will hit.
-4.
Yeah.
So 7.
17.
A 17 misses.
Okay.
God!
But it doesn't. Does that include the?
No, it does not.
-4 plus
Plus
1.
one.
So
So
18.
And 18 will hit.
Yeah! 8
So
slashing.
7, 8 slashing damage. You slash this boar. One more action.
If you do more than...
It maxes out at -4.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
So just make the attack and then we'll do... It's actually just a -3 because you're
It's
inspired.
really annoying that it does this. Nope.
Yep.
Yeah. So that one will miss.
I hit twice.
You did, Thugrin.
Aye, you poor bastard. But I must protect Arthur first. So I'm going to cast Heal with 2 actions at Arthur. So that's 4
12.
plus 8, 12 points of healing to Arthur. So you are 30 feet
Arthur,
away,
you are now
yes.
wounded 1.
Rise again, lad. So I will do that, and then I will command an animal and have Oakenclaw lay into the boar. Go, Oakenclaw. Jaws. 17.
A 17,
Plus-
flat-footed, will hit.
Yeah.
So Arthur, Oakenclaw bites the
Oakenclaw.
boar. The boar is going to use its reaction and roar and fly into a boar rage.
Oh no! I made this worse. Okay, great.
What have you
Boar's
done?
Raging. Then Smoking Claw will make a very timid claw attack for his second action. But it's 17.
Will hit, so it goes
9
to...
more slashing.
All right, wounded 2. All right, that's your turn, yes?
It is.
Lena.
I'm gonna copy the boar, and I'm gonna also rage,
All right.
and then I'm gonna try and kill it. So that's this one. I killed boar button.
A 20 is going to hit.
And it's-
All you have to do is 1 damage.
Oh.
You swing your great axe down, and you chop the head off. You cut it in half. You just like slash across the side.
I think like split the head in half.
Okay. Alrighty. You swing your axe down, split the head in half, and the
and I'm
boar
gonna go prone.
falls to the ground. And then
That
Marnie
was unexpected.
comes up and says, "Oh, why, thank you for your help. Now, who are all of y'all?
Give us.
I don't think I know ya.
Sorry, I'm still raging. I can't.
Oh." And he walks up. Oh my.
Oh
You don't
look
my
so
is
good.
right.
Does he look threatening in any way?
No. He looks he looks concerned.
Hmm.
Hey, Trin.
Well,
And Trin comes out the door. Yes, Marnie. Oh, hi. And you can see Trin has a bit of a welt on her right cheek. I guess left cheek. He says, "Oh,
Hey, she had that before.
she sure did." Apparently, she
It's
gets hit in the same
premonition.
place every time.
Should be concerned. We need to call somebody.
She says, "Oh, how are all of you?" Oh my. She is also concerned. She's gonna walk over here.
well, we were better 15 minutes ago, but I think we've got it sorted out now.
Marnie says, "Well, I imagine we can have some roasted boar.
That's just
All
what
of you,
I was
all
thinking.
of you like roasted boar. I could
That
make some
sounds
bacon or some
better than
half back."
turnip.
Yeah, I will begin to prepare the boar.
I wonder if it would make a good stew.
We lost.
Bet it would make a great stew.
Oh, no.
Well, why don't you come inside? And he and Trin will lead you inside. We're about half an hour over, so if you like, we could have a conversation with them now, or we could save it until next week. Kind of
I
up to
think
you.
it's a good place to pick it next week. We just had a
Yeah,
big
Ross-
battle.
Ross is
And Ross had
dropped
disconnect
out.
issues.
Oh,
Can I clean the blood off before I go inside?
Yes, you can.
Not just dragon blood.
You can
I'm
certainly
like
do that.
covered in boar blood and also me blood,
Yeah.
and probably some arter blood too.
Yeah, or get a nasty blow as well. But we did it. We got the boar.
And we survived.
We survived the boar. We did it. Final boss
Two
beat.
people went down.
Yeah. Boars. Hey, public service announcement. Don't fuck around with boars.
Yup.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
will mess
Don't-
you up.
Don't try to tackle a boar.
Oh, you get. Let me give you your XP. It's gonna be in here. It's with the Just have to look for the picture of Trin, I think. 2. So that is 60 XP.
Cool. We made a lot of progress today, everyone. Cool. Alright. Well, we will loot the spoils of our downed boar enemy next time on Really Playing Games, The Fall of Plaguestone.